Way, and it's still Alethea Cahoy. Alethea,
Yes.
interim has been a long title for you so far.
It has been. It has been. But you know what? I've learned so much, and my appreciation for what United Way does throughout Clinton County has grown immensely. I wish there was a way to let everybody know just what United Way does and the value of the support that United Way can provide for our nonprofit partners throughout
And
Clinton County.
there are so many agencies that you do benefit.
Yes, we directly work with, right now we have 17 agencies that we work with that provide over 20 programs, 25 programs throughout Clinton County. Everything from health, working with a healthy community, providing opportunities for activity, growth, healthy foods, food pantries, education, anything from early childhood. You know, the Dolly Parton Imagination Library gives books birth to age 5 to children, one-on-one tutors in several of the schools to help with literacy, after-school programs that include STEM type activities through the school district and childcare centers, early learning centers. Really a lot of good stuff. Income, help with income, people that need, you know, stable housing, you know, a safe place to live, a stable guidance for employment. Just so much good work that United Way has our fingers in through our different partner agencies.
Do you get overwhelmed sometimes by this?
Sometimes, yes. But then, you know, I always have to tell myself it's such good work. It's such needed and important work to serve those people that really need that hand up rather than just a hand out.
Again, we should let people know it's just not Alethea, but you got a board of directors, you got a lot of people behind the scenes.
Yes, we do. We have a whole board of directors, meets regularly, monthly. Our citizen review committee, a group of volunteers that look at all the applications that come in for funding, review the applications, have to make that hard decision of how much funding does each organization give. You know, unfortunately, we can't give everybody everything that they need to do their programs, but we do our best to stretch those funds out as far as we can.
Again, visiting with Alethea Cahoy on part of the United Way. So where are you standing right now as far as the United Way? What are you guys doing right now?
We're still working on campaign, getting those funds in for our campaign. We're getting ready to convene our citizen review committee. I'm working at getting our grant applications out, ready and out to our nonprofit partners so they can get those back into us. We are looking for members of the community from all walks of our community who'd be willing to come in and help. We need about 20 people for our citizen review committee, people to come in and review those applications and then be willing to listen to presentations from our agencies and then really make that tough decision of how do we allocate those funds throughout our community. We're also nearing the end of our annual meeting is the end of March. And so we are also looking for board members, new board members to join us. We have several that are timing off. They've met their 2-3 year terms limits. And so we're looking for new board members to join us and help us really try to strategize how we can make the best impact and really meet those greatest needs throughout Clinton County.
As we kicked off the program, we said you are the interim director. How is
Yes.
that position looking?
It's good. You know, we're still working. We're trying to find, you know, we need the perfect candidate for this job. It is, you know, as I've been here long term, as I've said, you know, I've learned so much. My understanding, my breadth of appreciation has grown so dramatically that we really need to have a dedicated person in there and the perfect person that can really carry us forward into the future, help us grow in our community, countywide awareness, and to really work at getting that engagement all throughout Clinton County.
And, you know, we talked before we went on air, you know, we had Cheryl McCullough for years, who was the director of the United Way, and it was terrible to lose her.
It was so disappointing, you know, all that knowledge that she had, that experience that she had. We lost that after she retired and unfortunately passed away. So we're trying to get back, you know, I'm trying to reach out to former board members, people that were engaged with campaign, kind of get an idea of how it ran in the past, because we had very, very successful campaigns. I know that giving has been down all across the board
Yeah.
since COVID, but we have to be able to get back up there somehow. And so trying to figure out new creative ways that we can re-engage with our constituents and our donors.
And finally, if somebody would like to be involved in the United Way, how can they best do that, Alethea?
Absolutely, they can. We do have a link on our webpage, ClintonUnitedWay.org, a volunteer that you can sign up to volunteer that way, or you can give me a call. I would love to have a conversation with anybody, and that phone number is 242-1209.
All right, very good. Now, we are going to have you back in studio on Thursday, March 5th. It's not going to be
Yes.
concerning the United Way, but Energize Clinton. If you could just briefly, what is it and what are we going to be talking about on the 5th?
All right, so I'll put on my other hat, take off my United Way hat, I'll put on my River Bluff hat. Energize Clinton is a two-phase initiative, where the first phase, we did our community heart and soul process, where we engaged community members in surveys and interviews, asked them what they love about Clinton, their hopes for the future, and ideas for projects that would make Clinton an even better place to live, work, and play. The second phase of that is what I'm going to be talking with you about on March 5th, is we are now creating an endowment, a minimum $450,000 endowment that will jumpstart and fund projects that residents would like to see happen. These are resident-driven ideas, resident-driven projects that they feel would make Clinton an even better place to live, work, and play. Once this endowment is established, it will pay out between $20,000 and $25,000 a year for those kind of projects. So it really is an incredible opportunity to support Clinton for generations to come. This endowment will be around forever, so.
I'm looking forward to having you in on the 5th. You sent me
Thank
all this
you.
great information, and as I said, I need to find out a little bit more about this and let our listeners find out a little bit more about this. So we'll see you Thursday, March 5th at 9:05, and we'll be talking about that.
Excellent, thank you, I appreciate it.
No problem. Again, the phone number for the United Way if people want to get in touch with you.
242-1209, I'd love to visit with you.
Thank you.
Coming up on the next